Again, we've gone through a boom period. Most people think they're a developer these days. Lots of people overpay for sites. We've got a pretty strict criteria on how we deal with it. Again, it's the old adage, the profit's all in the buying. If we can't buy the site well, then we know what we can build it for, we know what we can rent it for. The money's all in the buying of the site, and that's hard at the moment. So to be honest, whilst these interest rates are low, it's going to be difficult because people have money to throw around. And again, like I said, most people think they're a developer. Again, 8 out of 10 of those go broke, but you never hear about those people. You only hear about the success stories in the papers on the weekend. We don't want to be one of the 8 that goes broke, so we'll just pick our mark. Again, the challenge here is trying to find land. There's not much land anymore. And, we compete also against the other developers who are trying to either do what we're doing or mainly doing resi, because they can afford to pay for land. They can afford to pay for the base land more than we can. So we've got to sort of be nimble and quick and try and work where we can fit in there. We find our own sites. So of all the developments we've done, the dozens and dozens of them, all but one has been bought off market. So personally, I like hunting around looking for sites, walking streets and just looking for blocks of dirt and trying to work out what we can do with them. Dollars are getting bigger. What was 2 million 3 years ago is now 4 million to buy in terms of land. You've got to have a bigger bank to play in this market these days. As I said, there's a lot of developers out there these days with money, a lot of overseas money coming in. So you've got a lot of competition for land, and there's not much of it these days. It's getting developed. Around planning is getting harder and harder. You've got to be, you've got to be an expert planner these days too. We try and find unique sites where there's something someone hasn't seen, or try and put a different spin on it. It's not easy. Again, you've just got to keep up to date with planning these days. And again, there's been some good changes in seniors living, providing some opportunities. The banks have been harder. They're very happy to lend high LVRs on residential property in the burbs. If you and I are buying a house, they're happy to go to 80% out there with a couple of valuations from a value, but trying to do commercial developments or big resi, they're tough. So it's not easy these days.